Good morning, I'm Cameron Finley.
And I'm Eric Nelson.
Welcome to Good Morning KU. So this week we actually are bringing some news from Australia. The first story that I think we have is a story about some archaeologists in Australia who found some giant duck bones. Now, this was from the University of Wollongong. It's about an hour south of Sydney. And they thought that they found a duck that was 2.5 metres tall and weighed almost 250 kilograms.
I don't believe it. I don't think that's plausible.
I mean, I don't think it's an April Fool's joke. I mean, it was yesterday's news, but I mean, the bones are there. It's pretty impressive. The other news is actually from my home university, where, do you know Liam Hemsworth?
Yes, I do. He dated Miley Cyrus.
Yep. He's also in the Hunger Games as Gale. He's coming to study at the University of Newcastle next year, so hometown proud. I don't know, do we know any famous people who study at KU apart from the athletes?
Rob Riggle from SNL, Paul Rudd, and possibly, oh yes, former United States Senator Bob Dole.
Wow, that's actually an impressive roster. UON doesn't really have the people to do things like that. But yeah, that's some just cool news from Australia. I just wanted to share it with the rest of the world because, you know, Australia's the best. Speaking of the best, the Final Four's coming up this weekend for the NCAA men's tournament. And the 4 teams left, I believe, are North Carolina, Syracuse, Villanova, and Oklahoma.
Correct.
So I just wanted to know, who do you think is going to win the Villanova and Oklahoma game?
I'd like Oklahoma. I've got to root for a Big 12 team. And I don't want Villanova to go to the final because they defeated Kansas in the Elite Eight, and it would kind of be rubbing salt in the wound if Villanova went to the final championship game and then went on to beat whoever wins the game against North Carolina Syracuse.
So the stats that are on the screen now is why I think Villanova is going to win the game, because these are the stats for Daniel Woodard, who plays for Oklahoma. And as you can see, that's his three-point shooting percentage at the top. And then the next line down is his scoring, or their points per, or their scoring rating. So as you can see, if he shoots more than 50%, they go 17-2. When he shoots really any less than that, they're a much more average team. They probably wouldn't make the tournament with those stats. So I feel like Villanova's in a better chance to win this game because they defend the 3 really well. Oklahoma relies on Buddy Hield, and I think they'll just fall apart if Woodard can't get going in this game. The other game that's coming up is Syracuse and North Carolina. And Syracuse is a dark horse of this tournament. So I'm going to go with North Carolina because, as this stat shows, most of the teams or players on North Carolina are sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So I feel like experience is always going to win out rather than just pure talent, which I think Syracuse definitely has, but I don't think they're better than North Carolina this year.
I'm going to agree with you. I think North Carolina has more experience, and they've won more championships recently with head coach Roy Williams, who also was a great coach at the University of Kansas.
So I think we're in agreement. I think we'll disagree on who's going to win the final because I will say North Carolina will win.
And I'm going to go with Oklahoma.
Yep, so we're definitely disagreeing there. And in other sporting news, the MLB is starting back this weekend actually, and the Mets and Royals are the opening game.
Yes, the Mets and Royals are actually the opening game. I think it's Toronto against Tampa Bay, but who cares? The Mets will play the Royals 7:37 first pitch on Sunday night. It's going to be on ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball. It's a rematch of last year's World Series, which the Royals won in 5 games, winning their first World Series title since 1985.
But I heard some interesting news about the game. I heard that the Royals game against the Mets last year caused a bit of annoyance in the Mets camp, and that the Mets are coming to, you know, throw at the Royals' heads and really take a fight. So that'll be interesting to see. There was some bad blood from the Cinder Bar pitch last year, and there's a lot of aggressive players coming in to play the game. It's 2 very good pitching teams. I saw some predictions that think the Mets are going to be better this year than the Royals, but stats normally don't work that way. The Royals tend to buck every trend.
It's the same thing with other sports, such as hockey. You think that the team with the best overall record during the regular season is going to win the Stanley Cup, and usually it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Royals should still be the favourites in the AL, maybe the Cubs in the NL, not actually the Mets. So that'll be interesting to see. And it'll be funny to see if they can actually take them on, show that last year's series wasn't just a one-off thing, and that'll really set the Royals up for a really good series. Speaking of some of the other things that we have, there's a video that I want to show you. It's a special preview that KUJH and Media Crossroads have got. It's for the new Jurassic Park movie. And I think we can pull that video up now.
All right, let's do it.
So let's see if we have that video.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
So sorry about that. We didn't actually have a preview for a new Jurassic Park movie. We did just want to hit you with a quick April Fool's joke.
That was actually from, I think, the first Jurassic Park
it's
film?
the opening scene of the actual park in Jurassic Park, the original. Happy April Fool's Day from everyone at Good Morning KU.
And next, we'll bring you the news. Stick with us.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Katie Bernard.
And I'm Julie Nordham. This is your Friday Good Morning KU News Update. U.S. employers added 215,000 jobs in March. According to the Labor Department, the most new jobs are in retail, construction, and healthcare. Average hourly wages also rose 7 cents, and this does not include the influence of California raising its minimum wage to $15 an hour.
A gunman in Virginia shot and killed a state trooper before being shot dead himself by 2 other troopers. The officers had reported to a Greyhound bus station in Richmond yesterday afternoon and approached a man just inside the door. According to the USA Today, it was during a normal conversation that the man pulled a gun and shot the state trooper multiple times.
The executive director of the U.S. Election Assistance Commission is under fire for doing the opposite of what he was hired to do. According to a report in the Kansas City Star, Brian Newby was hired to a position entrusted with making voting more accessible to the public. An email obtained by the Associated Press through an open records request now shows that Newby actually made it more difficult for residents of Kansas, Alabama, and Georgia to register to vote.
Theft crimes are down at KU, but drug-related offenses are on the rise. According to a KU police crime report released yesterday, the addition of more security cameras has helped drive down the rate of theft on campus. Although a report just yesterday listed a stolen car from lot 400 near the KU Visitor Center. Another concerning statistic is that narcotics offenses were up from 177 in 2014 to 186 in 2015.
The Major League Baseball season gets underway this weekend, and the world champion Royals open up in prime time. Kansas City will host the New York Mets in a rematch of the World Series that the Royals won in 5 games. First pitch is scheduled for 7:37 p.m.
And that will wrap it up for today's news update. After the break, Riley and Gabby will be here with the weather. Keep watching.
Hi, I'm Gabby Gomez. Welcome back to Good Morning KU. Right now we have Riley outside on Wesco Beach to talk about the weather. Riley, what's it like out there?
Hey, Gabby. So it's a little bit cool outside. It's not as warm as it has been in the past here. It's about in the 40s right now. We have a light breeze, and it's pretty sunny, but it's supposed to heat up later today, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it is supposed to warm up. Do you have any plans for the weekend for the nice weather?
You know, probably just hang out and chill outside because this weather, this weekend, it's going to be up in the 60s, 70s.
Yeah,
Today we have a high of about a 55, so low of 40. Not too bad. Could be better. It's going to be sunny all day. Maybe a few clouds will roll in the late afternoon. But other than that, we shouldn't have too many problems. It's supposed to be a beautiful day.
Yes, it is supposed to be a beautiful day. And speaking of today we will have a high of 63, right around average, low of 37. Around average for this time of year, not too warm, not too cold. First of the month. Today, 56. It will be pretty windy, so be prepared for that. These past couple of days have been pretty windy and not too warm, kind of chilly. 22 miles per hour northwest winds, and then as we look into our weekend as well, we will continue to warm up into Sunday. We will have a high of 80, so it'll be pretty warm. Get outside and enjoy that weather. You will not want to miss that. And going on into next week, we will cool down just a bit, but still pretty warm, 71, 75. Again, this weekend will be windy, so be prepared for that as well. That is all we have today for Good Morning KU. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next week.